week, the U.S. Forest Service approved San Diego Gas and Electric's plan to build a portion of the 120-mile-long Sunrise Powerlink transmission line through the Cleveland National Forest. KPBS environmental reporter Ed Joyce has been covering this story. Joins me now with the latest. Ed, how significant a milestone was this approval for the Sunrise Powerlink?
Well, this was a significant approval in that it's the third agency to give the Sunrise Powerlink the go-ahead, the okay. The Bureau of Land Management had done so previously, and the California Public Utilities Commission. Opponents of the Powerlink would suggest that this is not the end of the road, this is not the final approval, and then some other things are needed to, I's dotted and T's crossed, but they'll be challenging that along the way.
So this was from the Forest Service?
This is from the U.S. Forest Service. There's a portion of the line that goes through the Cleveland National Forest, about 19 miles, and the Forest Service ruled that they could mitigate the impacts to this power link through that section of the Cleveland National Forest.
But explain it to me. Isn't the Cleveland National Forest public land? Doesn't the public have a right to have a voice in this?
The public did have a voice in this. This is just part of some of the documentation maps that the public had a chance to comment on, weigh in on at various meetings, as well as by email or snail mail or in person at meetings. So the public had a big opportunity to comment throughout this process for all the agency approvals, including the U.S. Forest Service.
Well, SDG&E has put forth a huge effort for this power link. What's their rationale? Why is it needed, according to them?
Well, they say it's needed for the region's reliability for the electricity grid. They also say that it's needed to bring renewable energy sources from the Imperial Valley into the San Diego region to tap into the solar, geothermal, wind power in the Imperial Valley. Now, many of these projects that are proposed for the Imperial Valley aren't there right now, and many of the projects need money to fund those projects, and they say they need the Sunrise Powerlink to deliver those renewables. However, in their application to the CPUC for the Powerlink, SDG&E did not give any guarantee that they would actually use that transmission line for renewable energy, to deliver renewable energy using that power line.
So is that part of the opposition, that people don't really trust that they necessarily will use the line for renewable energy?
Well, there's a lot of opposition, a lot of different groups in the East San Diego County, including the Protect Our Communities Foundation. There's also the Utility Consumers Action Network, and they say that the power line's not needed. There's other sources of electricity for the region in basin, as they say, in the county. There's concerns about fire risk. We've got a lot of people that are still smarting from the 2007 fires in the county. Some of those attributed to power lines. They're not really excited about having power lines that may create more fire risk in the county and in those backcountry areas.
This was a big step toward in the approval process. So what is the opposition doing to prevent the power link from being built at this point?
Well, the Bureau of Land Management approval has been challenged legally in court. The California Public Utilities Commission approval has been challenged in court, and the opponents of the power link say they'll be filing legal challenges to the U.S. Forest Service decision to approve it as well.
So in a word, is it a done deal or isn't it a done deal?
Depends who you talk to. SDG&E, it's a done deal. They're moving ahead with construction. However, they still need to get a lot of different permits from the CPUC for construction, access roads, and so on. They need to buy property in the county or lease property for the line, and there'll be challenges the minute they start to strike dirt in some sensitive areas likely on this line. There'll be probably more challenges to stop that construction.
Thank you very much, Ed Joyce.
Nice to be here, Gloria.